So Jess, whoa, there you go. He's thinking, am I going to get something to eat? Thanks, Mum. I've always got good reflexes, buddy. Hey? Good reflexes. That's what your mum's got, doesn't she?
Hello.
So, anyway, that gets me moving. Just settle down, buddy. It isn't food. And I just fed you a couple of days ago. So there is no way that you can be starving. Can you? Do you think you are? Hey? I don't think you are. You gonna give it up? Hey? Are you going to just settle down a bit? It's the camera, dude. Not a rat. And you know it's not a rat. And you know that Mum isn't a rat, don't you? Hey? But anyway, we're getting some nice shots of Jesse right now. Hey, dude. See, once he realises that it's not feed and it's me, you know, he just backs away and goes, oh, I got that really wrong. Doesn't do that very often, of course. I generally take a little bit more time pulling the door open, and I really didn't. I just whipped the door, so I should have actually expected him to react. Relax, dude. It's Mum, okay? It's just your Mum. Once I see him back away and do all that, I know he's got the idea that it's not actually a day to have something to eat. So, you know, just be aware of that. Your snakes identify. And I see a lot of people, and I'm sorry that Jesse's disappeared, but basically I see a lot of people taking their snakes out of their enclosure and feeding them. We'll go around and have a look at Tessa. She was fed too just a couple of days ago, the same day as Jesse. So let's get rid of this reflection in the window. Hello, darling. Hello, sweetie. Light's not exactly very bright over here, is it? Hey? But yeah, I do see a lot of people bringing their snakes out, putting them into a feeding tub because of what Jesse did. You know, they see or hear the door opening, and you know that they do at times think. I can tell you right now that in half an hour to an hour I could go back and open that door on Jesse, and he's already realised it's not feeding. That's the first time I've opened the door from that side where Jesse's laying. Of course, I opened the other side and got his water out and changed that yesterday. But ultimately, yeah, they can sometimes stay in that mode of thinking that, you know, they might get something to eat when that door opens. Absolutely. But does it make any difference that I would have fed Jess in a tub and then put him into his enclosure? Absolutely not. They do not, because you feed them in their enclosures, are more likely to come at you you know, like I always said, I really find it difficult at times to find the words to try and explain what it is that I'm saying, or what I'm actually trying to say to you, which is there are no indicators to tell us that you are better off feeding your snakes in a tub. Feed them in their enclosure. It is a lot less stressful on them. They're not going to be more likely to take a swing at you because you're feeding them in their enclosures. And I've done a video and I stated back then, would you like to be dragged out every time you had to eat something because you weren't allowed to eat it in your home where you feel safe and you feel secure? I honestly do not think that you would at all. I think you would actually hate it, to be perfectly honest. Well, don't do it with your snakes, because it doesn't and it will not make any difference whatsoever. And every snake, yes, is different, absolutely. But for me, when it comes to this particular situation, they can be from one end to the other end, and that does, you know, if I'd been getting Jesse out and feeding him in a tub, doing what I just did to Jesse then, he would have done the same thing. But more often than not, none of them do that. That was me just flying that door open, not giving him a chance to connect the dots that, oh, no food, okay, no worries. That's what you have to give your snake, a chance to realise, or time to realise, that they're not being fed. It's very simple. You know, I would be a fool to just open the door and stick my hand in. And I can honestly say too that my guys recognise tongs and that they are associated to feeders. Not just the feeder, but the tongs of themselves. I'm not saying to you don't use tongs. Please use tongs, especially with the guys like Missy here, and Jessie and Lily and Jack, and not so much Archie or Apani or even Maya would I be concerned about dangling by its tail, but I still use tongs. So just give it some thought. If you think it will make a difference, it won't. The only difference for me is that you're stressing your snakes out. After they've eaten, they don't want you touching them. They've got a full belly. They just want to curl up and digest and whatever, you know, that process is going on for them. So, just food for thought. Talking about food, feeding your snakes, don't get them out. Just don't get them out. They learn. They realise they're not stupid. It's another point I keep saying. They are not stupid animals in any way, shape or form. And it might be okay when you've got 1, 2 to be pulling out of tubs or enclosures and putting them into a tub. You try and do that with a lot more snakes. That's a lot of time. So, and that time could be spent doing other things with your snakes. But anyway, guys, you know how it goes. I don't even think I said hello. So it's a hello and it's also a goodbye at the end. But you take care of yourself and your family, your friends, your snakes, and all your animals. What do you think, Tess? We do need to do that, don't we? And I can't get this to actually focus on your face because the lighting is way over there and I'm over here. But anyway, give it my best shot. Let's see if I can get the top of her head to focus. Not really, but you can see the back of her. Ciao guys.